Hello and welcome aboard. Thanks for flying with me today. Today I'm in the communities of New Fountain and Quihi, Texas. New Fountain is a ghost town which was established in 1846. It's located about a mile west of Quihi and about 6 miles northeast of Hondo. The settlement of New Fountain was founded in 1846 by Henry Castro's colonists from the nearby settlement of Vandenberg. When the springs upstream of Verde Creek dried up, they moved to the new water source found 4 miles downstream, calling the settlement New Fountain for the spring. In 1857, New Fountain was the fourth post office to be established in Medina County and remained until 1914. The Munich cotton gin was constructed in the late 1800s, about 100 yards south of the first sanctuary of the New Fountain Methodist Church. The cotton gin was the first in the county and added to the progress of agriculture and prosperity for farmers in the area. Prior to construction, the cotton had to be hauled to Cibolo for baling. Farmers agreed to plant 200 acres of cotton if Frederick Munich would build the gin. The gin became a reality, and in 1870 more than a bale of cotton per acre was produced. The gin is said to have been the first building with a tin roof, electricity, and a telephone. The story goes during construction that C.V. Newman and 2 other men were being watched by Indians. The Indians surrounded the building and shot arrows at it. The sound of the arrows hitting the tin roof scared the Indians off. The building had been remodeled in 1891, and the advent of the boll weevil halted the cotton production in the area during the early 1900s. The historic building was destroyed in 1983 by a windstorm. I will tell you they do farm a lot of cotton in this area still today. Now let's head over to Quihi. It's about 2 miles down the road. The village of Quihi is about 30 miles west of San Antonio. Ancient Indian tribes named the area for the Mexican eagle and camped around Quihi Lake because of its abundant game there. They left campsites with artifacts carbon dated thousands of years old. In 1846, 10 families came to Quihi by ox cart from Indianola Seaport and established farms and homes. Later, these settlers built European-style limestone cottages. In 1857, the first public school of Quihi had classes held in the church. Early records show that before 1865, a parsonage was built and expanded. In 1874, a new parsonage was built. In 1827, a parish hall was built. And in 1852, additions were made to include the kitchen, restrooms, and classrooms. Now, both of these towns lay on the old San Antonio Road. The old San Antonio Road was a historic roadway located in Texas and Louisiana. Parts of it were based on traditional Native American trails. The Texas terminus was about 35 miles southeast of El Paso at the Rio Grande in Maverick County. The San Antonio Road is not a single road, but a network of trails with different routes at different times. In 1836, General Santa Anna used the road to march up to San Antonio for a 13-day siege, which they finally won, known as the Battle of the Alamo. About 100 Texians were garrisoned at the Alamo. The Texas force grew slightly with the arrival of reinforcements led by the eventual co-commanders James Bowie and William Travis. On February 23rd, approximately 1,500 Mexicans marched into San Antonio de Bejar as the first step in a campaign to retake Texas. For the next 10 days, the two armies engaged in several skirmishes with minimal casualties. Now, as you can tell, there is not a whole lot out here. It's basically ghost towns now. But there is something that has survived, and that's the Quihi Gun Club and Dance Hall. Two German men met under an oak tree in Quihi Creek May 26, 1890 to organize the Quihi Schützenverein Club, shooting club. Now called the Quihi Gun Club, it's one of the oldest social clubs in the country with over 600 members. Having been built on Quihi Creek, the club's building has been flooded 3 times before the building that stands today was built. Dances are still held every second and fourth Saturday of the month. Visitors from all over the world have enjoyed dancing on one of the best wooden dance floors ever. The club, originally built to defend against Indian attacks, is the oldest continuous running gun club in the United States. They continue to meet each month. I don't think that's true. By 1890, the Indians, the United States Army and the Texas Rangers had, for the most part, wiped out the Indians and had moved them up to Oklahoma. The Comanche that were ruling this area and scaring everybody were eventually defeated in the 1870s, the mid-1870s. So that's probably just some folklore about the club, and I seriously doubt Indian attacks were here as late as 1890, unless it was a rogue Indian. Well, thanks for flying with me today. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button for me and leave me a comment. The comment really moves the algorithm, and that's like the most important thing. Also consider to hit that subscribe button for me. We'll see you next week with a new video, and thanks for watching.